Mercy. It's the basic situation for a Christian, both receiving mercy and extending mercy. That certainly is one of the most important messages at the heart of today's gospel, where Peter speaks to Jesus about how many times he should forgive. He says to Jesus, "Should I forgive my neighbor as many as 7 times?" Whereupon Jesus says, not 7, Peter, but 77 times. An important number for the Hebrews, because in their symbolic rendering of numbers, 77 means always, always forgive. And to make the point, Jesus uses a parable. He talks about a master who has a slave that owes him 10,000 talents, an enormous sum. When that slave cannot pay the amount, he falls at the master's feet and pleads for more time, whereupon the master forgives him this tremendous debt. Just forgives it, wipes it away. An incredible gesture, an incredible action. That slave later goes out, and when he sees another slave who owes him 100 denarii, he grabs him by the throat and won't listen to his pleading when he asks for more time, and instead throws him and his entire family into jail. How is that for awful? How is that for being ungrateful? And the parable makes even more sense and is even more profound when we do the math on it. I've heard this parable since I was just very young, probably like most of you, but finally I decided, let me crunch the numbers and see what all these denarii and talents mean. Well, the first slave who owed his master 10,000 talents owed him a sum that he could never pay back. In modern currency, 10,000 talents would be about $9 billion. Based on his income, it would take him an astonishing 164,000 years to pay off that debt. And yet, the master wipes the debt away. This other slave was owed 100 denarii by one other slave. And that slave owed him the money, although it's a lot of money, 100 days' wages, could have paid it back. It wasn't an unrealistic goal. So the point of the story is clear. God forgives us so much more than we could ever imagine. How could we ever pay off the debt of original sin caused by Adam and Eve, or even the sins that we commit in our own lives that separate us from the love of God? How on earth could we pay that back? An incredible debt that Christ takes upon himself on the cross as he offers himself to the Father, taking our sins upon his innocent shoulders, and when he dies, our sins are annihilated with him. How powerful is that? And when we think about that, how is it that we can be so petty that we do not forgive others when they require our mercy, when they need our forgiveness? Certainly being wrong does not feel good, but compared to how we have wronged God, their wrongs toward us are for sure going to be smaller, even though they're hurtful. So we're expected to forgive because we have received forgiveness, to be people of gratitude. It's a Christian disposition, to be a person of gratitude. For this reason, whenever you feel that anger or lack of forgiveness is turning into resentment, and even worse, deal with it right away. The moment you discover that you're feeling a sense of unforgiveness, pray about it, bring it to God, and use all of your powers to overcome that, so that you can truly, from your heart, forgive another person. It's vital, because it can turn into something in no time that can eat us up from the inside out. And if you've ever experienced resentment, you know what I mean. It's like a cancer. If you deal with it early, although the treatment can be painful, it can be dealt with in a simple way. If you leave it too long, it can become so corrupting that there's no cure for it. Our eternal salvation is wrapped up with our ability to forgive. Let us not ever miss an opportunity to share the mercy of God, the mercy that we have received from him. May God bless you.